Good evening, everyone. I'm Christopher Brantley. Adam Cellini has the night off. Topping our news tonight, President Donald Trump's travel ban on hold after a federal appeals court denied the Justice Department's request to reinstate the ban. Trump's executive order has a few parts. For one, it bans travelers from 7 predominantly Muslim countries from entering the United States for 3 months. It also suspends entry for all refugees for 4 months and permanently bans Syrian refugees from entering the country. Here on the Suncoast, one group is speaking out against the travel ban, drafting a letter they plan to deliver to Congressman Vern Buchanan tomorrow morning at the Federal Building in downtown Sarasota. And that's where we find ABC 7's Kate Flexter this evening. Kate?
Good evening, Christopher. This is the letter the group plans to deliver to Congressman Vern Buchanan tomorrow morning. They hope it will encourage him to change his stance on the travel ban.
For now, President Trump's controversial travel ban remains on hold. U.S. border officials proceeding with business as usual after a federal appeals court denied the Justice Department's request to reinstate Trump's executive order, barring entry to America for refugees and travelers from 7 predominantly Muslim countries. But on the ground, the fight continues, protesters taking to the streets in several U.S. cities. In Sarasota, activists are trying a different approach, though, reaching out to local Congressman Vern Buchanan.
One of the most effective things that we can do is call on our local congressmen and senators to be proactive in the face of these executive orders.
Buchanan posted this to his Facebook page following Trump's executive order. Long overdue, a freeze on Syrian refugees and a crackdown on sanctuary cities. It's that post that sparked the group to draft this letter to Buchanan. The letter argues all of us are immigrants, adding the order will fuel ISIS's claim that the U.S. has a war on Islam.
It's very clear that what he's doing is targeting people of a particular race, ethnicity, or religion, rather than anything that will make U.S. citizens safer.
In a statement, Congressman Vern Buchanan said, "My highest priority is protecting Americans. That's why we need to enforce federal immigration laws and ensure we aren't opening our borders to individuals that want to harm Americans." State Committeeman Christian Ziegler says that's exactly his concern.
We're in the crosshairs of dangerous people around the world, and I think we need to do everything we can to protect ourselves.
Ziegler argues it's not a move against immigration.
Immigration is important to America, but legal immigration and safe immigration. We had Ellis Island for a reason. Immigrants stopped there. They did backgrounds. They looked at who was coming into this country. We need to do the same thing today.
Still, though, activists say they're prepared to be persistent.
Last week, this week, and all the weeks to come, we will be here visiting Congressman Buchanan, urging him to do the right thing and publicly oppose this racist ban.
Buchanan also said his door is always open to constituents. For now, in downtown Sarasota, Kate Flexter, ABC 7, your Suncoast News.
Kate, thank you so much. Right now, the travel ban has been suspended by a federal judge. The action went into effect yesterday, causing some confusion at airports around the country. But here on the Suncoast, officials at the Sarasota-Bradenton International Airport say the ban has had little impact on travelers. SRQ does not have direct international flights. The airport has connecting flights from other countries, but passengers aren't seeing the types of delays in customs that ban might cause. Now, overnight, the Trump administration was denied its chance to immediately reinstate the president's immigration order, and now that fight could be headed for the Supreme Court. ABC's David Wright has more.
This is the scene playing out at airports across the country. Families torn apart by the Trump administration's targeted travel ban, reuniting with hugs and tears. With the ban now on hold pending appeals, it's a race against time for visa holders to get into the U.S.
I didn't know how long it's going to take me to see my mother.
I'm happy that I'm here now.
An anxious moment for many families.
I really hope everything is okay.
Officials canceled this woman's visa in the initial confusion. Now she's back in Syria, her husband in Virginia. It's unclear how long the doors will remain open. Overnight, a federal appeals court rejected the Trump administration's bid to immediately restore the travel ban, which denies entry to people from 7 predominantly Muslim countries. The legal review of Trump's executive order now almost certain to make its way to the U.S. Supreme Court. Vice President Mike Pence is defending his boss.
I think the early days of this administration are going to be described in the history books as days of action.
The president is spending the weekend at his Florida resort, but an interview he taped Friday with Fox's Bill O'Reilly is raising eyebrows. In it, Trump admits he admires Russian President Vladimir Putin.
Putin's a killer. A lot of killers. We got a lot of killers. Why, you think our country's so innocent?
That comparison does not sit well with lawmakers, including Trump's fellow Republicans.
There is no moral equivalency between the United States of America, the greatest freedom-loving nation in the history of the world, and the murderous thugs that are in Putin's defense of his cronyism.
David Wright, ABC News, Palm Beach.
An American's first impression of Supreme Court nominee Neil Gorsuch is leaning positively. A new CNN ORC poll shows 49% in support of Gorsuch's Senate confirmation to replace former Justice Antonin Scalia. That's about the same share Samuel Alito had in 2005 and Sonia Sotomayor in 2009. About half of the participants of the poll say Gorsuch's ideological position is what the Supreme Court needs. Now let's change gears and head over to Wendy Ross for a first check on our weather. Wendy, good evening to you.
Oh my goodness, it was a beautiful day. Another one, a great weekend this weekend. We saw nice and dry conditions across the area, plenty of sunshine. The cold front that's going to be coming in this week is still well to the north of us, and right now we're looking at fair skies across the state of Florida. A few showers along the east coast staying well away from the state, and a few out in the Gulf of Mexico also staying away from our state. 63 degrees right now for us. We have fair skies, low dew point, low humidity. Winds are coming in out of the north-northwest at around 8 miles per hour. For this evening, we're looking at fair skies all the way through the evening hours until 11 o'clock. And at 58 degrees, that will probably be very close to our overnight low for tonight. We'll let you know what the work week is shaping up to be. It sounds like it's going to be pretty good. We'll show you in just a few minutes. Christopher.
Wendy, thank you so much. The Manatee County Sheriff's Office is investigating a murder in Lakewood Ranch. It happened on Greenbrook Boulevard around midnight. Deputies say 23-year-old Alexander Chirp was found outside of his vehicle by an on-duty security guard. It appeared Chirp suffered upper body trauma. He was transported to the hospital where he was later pronounced dead. The Sheriff's Office says they are working on several leads, but there have been no arrests made at this time. Detectives say they believe Chirp was targeted. Anyone with information on this case is asked to contact the Manatee County Sheriff's Office or Crime Stoppers at the number on your screen. A man has been arrested in Pinellas County for following an attempted murder of 2 people in Manatee County. It happened around 9:21 p.m. Saturday night on 3rd Avenue West in Palmetto. A man and a woman were sleeping on their couch when they woke to find the suspect standing over them. The suspect then allegedly began attacking them, stabbing the man with a knife before fleeing the scene. The Manatee County Sheriff's Office obtained a warrant for the arrest of Stephen Kelly, who is being charged with attempted murder. In Venice, a hit and run last night sent 1 man to the hospital. The Florida Highway Patrol is now asking for your help identifying the driver of the car that hit him. It happened around 10 p.m. last night at the intersection of Jacaranda and US 41 in Venice. Witnesses say a 66-year-old man was walking outside of the crosswalk south of the median. The man was seen stepping off the median as an unidentified vehicle was approaching. The vehicle struck the man's right side before leaving the scene. He was transported to Venice Regional Hospital for minor injuries. The car is described as a smaller, dark-colored SUV traveling eastbound on US 41 towards Northport. If you have any information regarding this crash, you are asked to call the Florida Highway Patrol at the number on your screen. Drivers may have noticed some road closures and delays this morning at a popular annual event. The Sarasota Music Half Marathon began bright and early this morning at the Van Wezel Performing Arts Hall. Racers going over the scenic Ringling Bridge to St. Armand's Circle and back, past Marina Jack's Bayfront Marina, then over onto the old Sarasota neighborhoods. The event bringing in old participants of the race as well as new ones.
It's a lifestyle for me. I mean, I do Ironman, I do triathlons, and then I do a little bit of running. So we were down here for work, and a group of us that work together decided to do the event.
And event organizers didn't let the fun end there. A post-party was held on the Van Wezel's Bayside lawn with food, music, and an award ceremony for the winners. The Sarasota Skiarees held their first show of the season today at the Skiaree Stadium. The show drawing in a crowd of people to watch the team's impressive water skiing tricks, an action-packed show that's fun for the whole family.
We all get to have this incredible family time together with the beautiful Sarasota Bay in the background. What better view can you have or better way to spend your weekend?
We're very impressed. The nice people doing a good job, so it's good for everybody in the society.
The team has been a staple in Sarasota entertainment since 1957. The group will be performing in the Sarasota Bay near Ken Thompson Park every Sunday at 2 p.m. Still to come here on ABC 7, after combing through over 200 leads, New York police now say they have a suspect in the case of a murdered jogger. Plus, 3 Florida cities see rising numbers in the cost of homes.
As your agent, I care about what you care about, so I will take the time to help you through the process to find your dream home. Customer service is just another way to say I care about my customers. When you are buying or selling a home, you deserve special attention because it's a big decision. You should not feel rushed. I'm Jackie Evinia, agent with SWC Properties. I'm here to help you. Estoy aquí para ayudarles.
Every child follows a path in life. For many, that path will lead them to a door that gives them a place to grow, to learn, to belong. A place to forge their future. Because while many doors open, these doors transform. They did for us. Support your local Boys and Girls Clubs. Great futures start here.
All hands on deck. What's up? I want to point out 3 tips for using the home computer more safely. Point away.
First, stop. Make sure your software is up to date and that you've password protected your computer's login and Wi-Fi connection.
Next, think before visiting a site, opening attachments, or clicking on links.
Then connect, knowing you're helping make the web safer for you
and for everyone. Make Stop, Think, Connect part of your daily online routine.
The color in my garden keeps the pink in my cheeks. I was very independent and thought I could take care of myself. I fell and I had to have Meals on Wheels. They're my savior. My name is Lola Silvestri. America, let's do lunch.
Drop off a hot meal and say hello. Volunteer by donating your lunch break at americaletsdolunch.org.
How many times have you seen bad drivers and wondered, how did they ever pass a driving test?
Most of us haven't taken a driving test in years, so I decided I should get behind the wheel and see how I do.
ABC 7's Haley Wilgus takes the driving test with some surprising results.
You'd go ahead and do a 3-point turn. So what you're doing now is a 5-point turn.
Yeah.
Every driver needs the refresher course to see how well they know the rules of the road. Park it right here, Monday at 5.
Are you considering joint replacement or revision surgery? Consider this. Dr. Edward Stolarski has performed thousands of successful joint replacement procedures and trained surgeons from all over the world. Using advanced technologies, Dr. Stolarski is able to perform some of the most complex surgeries.
I wish I knew about Dr. Stolarski much sooner.
After the surgery, I don't have any pain. It's like I've got a 16-year-old hip.
My name's Ed Stolarski. What I really do is I give people back their life.
Schedule a consultation today.
A long-awaited arrest in a brutal murder that horrified the country. A young woman out for an afternoon jog attacked and killed. Now, New York City police say they finally have a suspect in custody. ABC's Adrienne Bankart has more on today's development.
Her murder made national headlines. A beautiful young woman brutally assaulted and killed while she was out on a jog last summer. Her family heartbroken and vowing vengeance.
Justice will be served.
The whole entire world knows what a pathetic, puny, weak piece of filth that you are.
Now, 6 months later, police have Karina Vetrano's killer in custody.
I'm not going to say it's a good day, but we can move forward now.
Detectives arrested the 20-year-old suspect Saturday night. They had identified Chanel Lewis just Thursday when he gave them a voluntary DNA sample.
You got to remember, Karina helped us identify this person. She had the DNA under her nails. She had touch DNA on her back, and there was more DNA on the cell phone.
The 30-year-old had been attacked just feet from the trail she ran every day. Police say it appears that Lewis allegedly sexually assaulted her and strangled her to death.
Lewis was interviewed by detectives and made detailed, incriminating statements and admissions.
Vetrano's family had been pushing for the allowance of familial DNA to help track down any relatives of the suspect who had no criminal record. But the DNA detectives collected this week was a perfect match. Adrienne Bankert, ABC News, New York.
Switching gears now, back here in Florida, some cities are seeing a double-digit increase in home prices in our area. Tampa had the greatest increase in 2016, 14% year over year, the highest in the state of Florida. Jacksonville and Orlando were not terribly far behind. Other metro areas that saw double-digit growth in home prices were Denver and Portland. U.S. officials would like to add the oceanic white-tip shark to the list of threatened species on the endangered species list. The sharks, found around the world mostly in open waters, are prized in Asian markets for their use in soup. The National Marine Fisheries Service says the sharks are likely to become endangered within the foreseeable future. If the government lists the white-tip shark as threatened, it would be the most widespread shark listing in the U.S. to date. Terrible to see sharks decline.
You know, Mote Laboratories here in Sarasota, they do such great research with sharks, and if they're saying anything about this, then you've got to pay attention to it.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
Well, we had a beautiful day today.
It was perfect. It was perfect weather. It was so beautiful today. Look at these temperatures. These were our daytime highs across the region. We have those temperatures in the low 70s to mid 70s, but that happened over the central part of the state. That's where the warmest readings were taking place. But it was one of those days you just had to be outdoors to appreciate it, and hopefully you got a chance to be outside because it really was gorgeous today. Lots and lots of sun in our forecast, and that will continue over the next couple of days. Our official high 71, 57 was the official low last night, so not too far off from where we're supposed to be this time of the year. Records were set back in 1996 and 1990, as you can see, with 24 and 87 degrees. Can you imagine that for February? But at any rate, 63 degrees for us right now. We have 55 degrees dew point. That's keeping things very comfortable, and those winds are coming in out of the north-northwest at around 8 miles per hour. We don't have anything going on. We just have a stray cloud off in the distance, and that's about it. We're not looking at any rain. We have very dry conditions in the upper levels of the atmosphere, so we're not seeing any problems developing. And you can see what I'm talking about. It's affecting all of central and south Florida. We're getting a little bit of moisture across the north, and some of that is moving in across the southeastern part of the country. And we do have a cold front well to our north that will start to bring us our best chance of rain for this upcoming week. That doesn't take place until Thursday, and it's only a 30% chance of rain. So as you can see, over the next couple of days, beginning on Monday, we are looking at a couple of showers along the east coast because the winds are going to start to shift around again, start coming in out of the north-northeast, and that will help to bring some of these showers onshore. They don't get very far. We're not expecting to see chances of rain over here. If we get anything, it's a 10% chance, but for the most part, things are going to be quite nice all the way through Tuesday and then Wednesday, and then we're going to start to see some rainfall beginning with this cold front that's going to come in across the country. And this frontal system is now situated across, almost dividing the nation in half, and it's going to continue to move on down to the south. And as it does so, we're going to continue to see some warm weather developing across our region, and temperatures are going to be warmer than normal. This cold front coming on through will bring us back to normal with our temperatures back down into the low 70s by the end of next week. So more warm weather is on the way. We've got the next cold front bringing us back to the seasonal temperatures, and the rain chances are going to stay low with just a 30% chance of rain in the forecast. If you're heading out to the beach tomorrow, winds will be out of the east-northeast, 10 knots, seas 1 to 2 feet with a light chop. 78 degrees is the expected temperature reading at the beach, and this is what it looks like over the next couple of days. We've got temperatures staying in the mid to upper 70s all the way through the next cold front, which is on Thursday, with a 30% chance of rain. Christopher?
Now, sports.
The kickoff between the Atlanta Falcons and New England Patriots in the Super Bowl is now underway. Falcons and Patriots fans alike feeling the excitement of game day. Sports fans on the Suncoast say they've been waiting for this game for a long time.
We are very excited. We expect a good turnout. Lots of folks have called and inquired and plan on coming, so we're just positive that we'll fill up and everybody will have a good time.
Only one big one, and that's to watch the Super Bowl and watch the Patriots win.
I see a good game. I think Brady's going to do very well, obviously, but I like the underdog a lot of times.
And local bars and restaurants are also getting in on the action, offering special deals, while some sports bars like Bogey's in Bradenton and Leroy Selman's near the University Town Center are offering a raffle for Super Bowl watchers to win. And footballs won't be the only thing flying around the Houston Stadium during the Super Bowl. That's according to a source with knowledge of the show's production. Lady Gaga's halftime show will feature hundreds of lit-up drones. The source said the inclusion of the unmanned aerial vehicles required clearance from the Federal Aviation Administration, which has placed a ban on drones at or near the stadium. Earlier this week, the FAA declared a 34.5-mile radius around Houston's NRG Stadium a no-drone zone. No, but not for Lady Gaga, who will perform under and amid the hundreds of lit-up drones. It will be the first time the Super Bowl halftime show has incorporated drones. And in the world of basketball, the Clemson Tigers taking on the Florida State Seminoles. FSU's Dwayne Bacon knocks down a three-pointer in the first half. His fans dressed like Bacon absolutely loved it. Later on, Bacon getting the alley-oop pass to Terrace Mann for the jam. FSU ahead in a point in the end of the first half, 39-23. Then in the second half, Clemson's Marquis Reed hits the three-pointer, but FSU still going strong, picks up another three-pointer made by Brianna Angola Rodas. Florida State wins 109-52. More to come here on ABC 7 on the other side of the break.
I am committed to getting the results you deserve. I know how stressful and intimidating buying a new home can be. I'm here today to let you know that I can make your buying process enjoyable and pleasant. I am Teresa Witt with SWC Properties. Let me be your guide from start to finish and turn your dreams into a reality.
It's fine that other people like you. It's more important that you like yourself. And I'm comfortable with every part of me. Meals on Wheels coming to my door as someone who's housebound assures me that I'm not forgotten. They care that I'm okay. My name is Asha Ida Bell. America, let's do lunch.
Drop off a hot meal and say hello. Volunteer by donating your lunch break at americaletsdolunch.org.
I am a veteran. My victory was finding the strength to be a champion.
My victory is having a job I can be proud of.
At DAV, we help veterans get the benefits they've earned.
My victory was finishing my education.
My victory was getting help to put our lives back together.
DAV provides veterans with a lifetime of support.
My victory is being there for my family.
Help us support more victories for veterans. Go to DAV.org.
I believe that home is where your pet is.
And that loving an animal means never giving up on them, never letting them go.
I believe that when you spay or neuter your pets, you help decrease the number of homeless animals.
Because every dog and cat deserves a place to call home.
I believe that I found my best friend at a shelter. And you can too.
We believe that together with Best Friends Animal Society,
we can bring about a time when there are no more homeless pets.
Visit ambassadors.bestfriends.org.
The official Suncoast Storm team at ABC 7. We're here for you.
I knew I could get myself out of this. I just needed some hope.
and some help.
I took the first step to recovery when I made the call.
If you're depressed, drinking, and using drugs, you may need help.
And the Affordable Care Act guarantees coverage of substance abuse.
Call the Addiction, Hope, and Helpline now for a free assessment.
I had problems just getting to sleep, drinking and using pills every night.
I feel like I'm losing control. I'm afraid I'll lose my job or even my family.
Are you losing hope? You can recover and get back on track. Call now for hope and help with proven, gentle recovery programs.
I never thought that I could be somebody who didn't drink and use drugs.
I have something to hold on to for strength. I'm in recovery, getting the help I need.
Call the Addiction, Hope, and Helpline now for a free assessment with someone who cares.
Call 1-800-764-8708. That's 1-800-764-8708.
Finally tonight, the Disney movie Zootopia won Best Animated Feature and 6 other awards at last night's 44th Annual Annie Awards. The movie previously won a Golden Globe. The lead, Jason Bateman, shared the Best Voice Acting Annie Award. The movie raked in $1 billion in the global box office. All of the positive attention could set Zootopia up for an Oscar win later this month. In 10 out of the last 15 years, the winner of the Best Animated Feature in the Annie Awards has taken home the Oscar for the Best Animated Feature. The Oscars are February 26th, right here on ABC7.
That was the best scene, too, with the sloth and in government work, and he's just so slow.
So perfect for the DMV.
Perfect part.
It's perfect. Nice and slow.
It was wonderful.
Well, what do we have weather coming up this week?
Well, we've got some great weather. We don't have to worry about rain until Thursday, and then it's only a 30% chance. We're going to see some cooler weather after that.
Thank you so much. We'll see you back here tonight at 11. Good night, everyone.
Every person is different and every real estate deal is unique. That's why experience matters. I enjoy guiding my customers through the process of buying or selling a home because there's so much that can happen. I want them to enjoy the real estate experience as much as I do. I'm Eric Schrock with SWC Properties. I love being in real estate.